What's going on, everyone? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a Stasis Warlock build that revolves around Osmiomancy gloves. Osmiomancy's gloves perk reads as follows. The Osmiomancy gloves perk reads as follows. Fervid Cold Snap. Your Cold Snap grenades have an additional charge that recharges quicker on direct impact. The Seeker spawned from Cold Snap grenades travels further. What this build is going to revolve around is consistently throwing your Cold Snap grenades at enemies, as well as using the Bleak Watchers to get stasis turrets out as well. This is a phenomenal build to use in GMs, as well as any just normal activity in the game. Before we get into the build here, be sure to drop a like on the channel, subscribe if you are new. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping into the video and watching. Without further ado though, let's get into the build. Starting in the subclass here, you are going to be wanting to run Cold Snap grenades, as that's what the exotic revolves around. For our aspects, we're going to be running Glacial Harvest. We're going to be running Glacial Harvest because of the stasis shards that are created around frozen targets. This is going to be working into our build with our mods as well. And then we're going to be running Bleak Watcher because this is one of the most useful aspects for Warlocks. And we're going to be basically throwing every other grenade to have a stasis turret. Starting off with our fragments here, what we're going to be running is Whisper of Rhyme, as collecting stasis shards grants a small amount of overshield, which falls off after 10 seconds. And the more you collect, it adds to the overshield and refreshes the timer. Next up, we're going to be using Whisper of Fissures, as it increases the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target, which we are going to be doing a lot, as we are going to be constantly freezing targets with the Cold Snap grenades. Next up on the list here is Whisper of Torment, as you gain grenade energy each time you take damage from a target. So anytime you get hit by an enemy, you're going to be getting energy back to the grenade, which you're going to be wanting anyways because you're going to be consistently throwing them. And then lastly, we're going to be using Whisper of Chains. While you are near frozen targets or a friendly stasis crystal, you're going to take reduced damage alongside a boost to recovery. We're going to be constantly freezing enemies, and if we're close to them, taking reduced damage is always good in any activity. So overall, all of our aspects and fragments tie in together really well to get a very synergized build. Now for weapons, you can kind of use whatever you want with this build, as it's mainly revolving around throwing your grenades and consistently getting them back. Moving on over to the mods though, in our helmet slot here, we are going to be having Elemental Shards. Elemental Shards make stasis shards count as elemental wells for you. So anytime you have a stasis shard around you and you go near it, it's going to count as an elemental well. This pairs perfectly with what we have on our gloves, which is Elemental Charge, as anytime you pick up an elemental well, you will become charged with light. The reason we have this to become charged with light is because we are going to be running firepower on our chest, our legs, and our bond, getting back more grenade energy as these mods do stack. The way firepower works is while charged with light, you regain a portion of your grenade energy when you use your grenade, consuming one stack of charge with light. So you're going to throw your first nade and it's going to be a stasis turret, and then you're going to be throwing your Cold Snap grenade at an enemy to direct impact it, which is going to give you energy back, and you are going to be gaining energy back if you happen to miss one with these mods. Overall, this build is super simple to use. It is a lot of fun to use as well, and it is incredibly beneficial in endgame activities such as GMs. This is actually one of the builds that I used to beat the Glassway GM last season, and I'm going to be taking this build into a lot of other GMs this season when I'm on my Warlock as well. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, drop a comment down below if you're going to be using this build, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it a ton. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.